My best experiences are clearly those where I'm able to make deep connections with people and bring them some resolution. And I'll give you an example of that since you asked. Years ago, I mediated a case involving a child, a very young infant, who was on a changing table getting her diaper changed. And the mother looked away for a moment, and the infant grabbed a bottle of baby oil, and the cap was off the baby oil. The child ingested the baby oil. The oil coated the interior of her lungs, and she asphyxiated. She couldn't breathe, and she died. And of course, the family was as distraught as one could only imagine, having lost a child to that kind of senseless event. And they sued the manufacturer of the baby oil product. And we went through 2 days of very emotional mediation. And while the dollars we raised should have been enough to satisfy the family, they were too emotionally distraught to let go. And I understood it as best one can, not having gone through that experience. And so we continued the conversation with her lawyer. We tried to brainstorm ways to creatively add value to this settlement in some way that would bring comfort to this family. And what we decided was that we would make as a condition of settlement that the company would have to redesign the caps on these bottles to be child-proof. And so that became part of the settlement. And also then what became part of the settlement was these people were not only free to talk about the settlement, because in many instances in the United States, when people reach agreements, particularly in cases of that notoriety, there's confidentiality agreements that prevent them from talking far and wide about the company or what happened. But instead of that, the company said, no, you're free to go talk. And they went on a major TV show in the United States called the Oprah Winfrey Talk Show. And they talked to other parents about this event that had tragically changed their life. And in the process, other companies saw what was happening, and they too decided to change their caps and put child-resistant caps on some of their products, their baby products. And so quite literally, this family changed an industry. And so those kinds of moments where you really not just bring about change in people's lives, but really help them get through despair and suffering and get on in a productive way. Those are the moments that really stand out for me.
Welcome to the 7th episode of World Mediation Deacons. This is DK. I'm extremely excited to have my guest today. His name is Harbaan Singh. Malaysia is the most globalized Islamic country, Wall Street of Islamic finance, Mecca of halal industry, the only Asian country which overcame Asian financial crisis without IMF's support. Harbaan is one of the most experienced mediator, arbitrator, adjudicator in Malaysia and in AIAC. AIAC is the Asian International Arbitration Center, independent, non-profit, non-governmental international area provider. Dispute resolution service from Islamic arbitration, mediation, and adjudication. Sat Sri Akal.
Thank you. Sat Sri Akal to you also.